Now content creation has extended to every other field. It is not restricted only to entertainment.
कंटेंट की जो क्वालिटी है वो कैसे डिसाइड करते हो आप ये
Play safe. मैंने दे दिए disclaimers. My ethics, my guilt is gone. You will be sued for that. Defamation के केस में अंदर चले जाओगे.
How do you deal with criticism and hate speech?
आपको नहीं लगता कंटेंट ये जो आप बना रहे हो शेयर कर रहे हो एक लिमिटेड हो चुका है मीन्स एक क्लास के अंदर ही डिलीवर हो रहा है Hey everyone, hope you all are doing great. Welcome to our second podcast, and in this podcast, we have collaborated with Rutuja Deshmukh, who is an educator and has been working with schools and colleges for imparting trainings for past 14 years. She has been a communication coach, trainer, counselor, helping students to achieve their goals and stay focused. And in this podcast, we have discussed about her journey, content creation, ethics, and as well as creator economy and monetization opportunities for us. So watch this podcast till to the end and learn from her. Let's do it.
See, I was introduced to trainings by Mr. Ravi Kovadkar. He is my mentor, with whom I have been working into corporate trainings, with whom I got introduced to corporate trainings. And while working with him, I realized that this is the career that I would really passionately follow. So I started pursuing it, taking it seriously. Initially, he used to give us the content and we just used to compile it. So slowly we started understanding what kind of source is required and what are the resources that you can explore for such kind of content to be presented in the corporates. So to be a corporate trainer, basically image, you have certain image like number of years of experience, then at certain age also, the way you look, the way you present yourselves. I was in my early 20s, I guess 23 I was when I started doing this, 23, 24, somewhere around it. So I lacked experience plus the kind of personality that was important to deliver the corporate trainings. So initially I opted not to jump. I just kept my pace slow, learnt from him whatever I could get, whatever I could imbibe, and started my journey as a trainer or a assistant to a trainer without any pay. I was not paid even a single penny. So we started off like that.
कंटेंट बनाने की एक्चुअल में आप जब कंटेंट बना रहे हो तो रिसोर्सेज जब ले रहे हो तो वो प्रेजेंट करने के टाइम प्रेजेंट कर रहे हो तो वो
Okay.
स्क्रिप्ट कैसे लिखते हो इन्फॉर्मेशन को कैसे आप लेके आते हो
Frankly speaking, I think of only a title, and whatever content that comes in my sessions is actually a result of intensive reading, I would say. Reading the content that I watch, as in the news channels or the journals or the magazines that I read, the discussions with my mentors. Obviously, I do have mentors and I am very well connected with them till date, my peers. So, all these people help me in creating a good content. Even my daughter, I have learnt a lot of things from her. So it goes like that. Learning should not stop at any point of time. The moment you stop absorbing things, you are dead.
कंटेंट की जो क्वालिटी है वो कैसे डिसाइड करते हो आप ये क्वालिटी कंटेंट मैंने बनाया या फिर ये अच्छा कंटेंट
That actually is for my audience to decide. Yeah, because simple content has impact on its audience on the way it is delivered or the way it is expressed. Right now, the book Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People has a very simple example of a Coca-Cola bottle and a water bottle, but it is very impactful. The way it has been represented in that book and the way I use it during my sessions. So students do enjoy it, doing the bottle shake, actually trying it out, imagining that the cola has bursted, vagera. So it has that kind of impact, visualization impact. So it again depends the way you put it forward, what kind of tools, techniques you are using.
वाइल क्रिएटिंग कंटेंट आपके क्या कोर वैल्यूज़ हैं, मतलब आपको क्या डिलीवर करना है, आप पर्सनली आप आपके मॉरल्स क्या है, कोर वैल्यूज़ क्या है कंटेंट क्रिएशन की, आप किस
Basic.
किन एलिमेंट्स को देखते हो?
Okay. So while creating a content, it is actually different for every batch depending on the understanding and their own requirement. Every child, every student is different. Not everybody is needing that kind of attention and that kind of explanation. So basically, initially, I start off with introducing myself, taking their introductions, creating a bond, getting to know students better more than me. So I keep it low, very low profile. We start normal conversations, the jokes that they crack in the class and laugh at. So it doesn't matter whether, it is not necessary that every time you should be, in the role of a teacher. You can be, there should be a role shift also. So you can be their friends, you can be their mentors, you can be their coach. So it goes on like that. And whenever I find that, okay, this is the area where this person needs help, so I start addressing it slowly. So it never ever comes from one single student, it actually comes from the average number of students that we have in the class. Okay, if these 10 people are having a communication problem, okay, fine, I need to push them. Now, not pushing just 10 of them, but pushing everyone in the class. Okay, some might be very good at it, some might not be good at it. So teaming up them together, putting them together, like two people are very introvert, they won't express themselves, pair them with extroverts, people who are really good at expressing themselves. So mutually when they start discussing things, nahi ye tu kar le, nahi ye main karunga, so these kind of, and then I give the twist to the activity also. Okay, now the speakers will have to stay back and the other people who are handling the PC will have to be on stage. So, so these things encourage students, and this is how the content is also created. They learn their lessons on their own through the experience. It is never, my sessions are never one way. They have always been interactive. Now, most of the times, initially during the 10 sessions, till completion of 10 sessions, I find it very difficult because the communication is only one way. Students do not open up in the first class, second class, third class, fourth class. They do take their own time. So I work with that pace. I have no issues with that. So 10 classes wasted, I never think that way. 10 classes for opening up and for bonding. In the end, if they learn something out of the class, that will give the output and results. Simply pushing them ahead and do, you are supposed to do this. This is not going to help. I'll have to get to the root of why. I need to understand why are they behaving in this manner. Why are they not taking it seriously? Whether they need it or not. So addressing these small points help a lot. Then my second point is I never ever promise that I cannot deliver. So if I have promised something, I make sure, if at all the session or the classes are of 30 class only and it is taken beyond that, I won't charge extra. But I'll ask for extra time from college. But I'll never charge for that. Because the college is also expecting the output, the result. So result देने के लिए और 5 लगेंगे, fine, I'll take 5 extra. Now I take my work very seriously because it might not seem to be very important at this stage when I am teaching to 11th standard, 12th standard or first year. It might not seem very important to them, but I know when the time comes, they will remember all the things that we have discussed in the class and they will try to implement it. For example, how to sit during an interview, how to open a door, how to take the chair out, how to seek permission, how you are not supposed to touch the table. They will remember every detail that if they were present in the class, obviously, they will remember every detail. They might not show you the results during the 3 years, but during your placements, they will definitely do it. And I'm pretty confident about that. That even though they are shy throughout the 3 years, when the time comes, they'll realize the worth of performing, and at that time they will not waste this thing. They will definitely implement it.
इतना सब कुछ आप कंटेंट बना रहे हो, इन्फॉर्मेशन को शेयर कर रहे हो, लोगों स्टूडेंट्स को डेवलप कर रहे हो, आपको नहीं लगता कंटेंट ये जो आप बना रहे हो, शेयर कर रहे हो, ये लिमिटेड हो चुका है? मीन्स एक क्लास के अंदर ही डिलीवर हो रहा है, लाखों बच्चे आपको सुनना चाहते होंगे बाहर
There are
इंटरनेट पे
lakho mentors also who are available on internet. It goes by both the ways. It goes both the ways. See, if Rutuja is not available online, there are some other content creators who are online, who are doing the same job.
आपका बात
I chose to work at this level because I had my own commitments, family commitments also, because of which I couldn't leave Latur. And then understanding what the problems I had during my MBA days, I realized that okay, institutional training could be my niche. So I have created my own niche here in Latur. Now you will come across very limited soft skill trainers or communication coaches here in Latur who are working at this level, at the graduation level.
इन एवरी निश वी हैव कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स, डजेंट मैटर टेक है या फिर इन फैशन है, एंटरटेनमेंट, एडुटेनमेंट, सब निश के अंदर कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स आज अवेलेबल है. बट द थिंग इज़, क्या इनका इम्पैक्ट किस तरीके से हो रहा है सोसाइटी के ऊपर? तो आप कैसे देखते हो एक कंटेंट क्रिएटर क्या मीन्स इम्पैक्ट कैसे कर रहा है? इवन दो वी हैव कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स लाइक जो कुछ भी बनाते हैं कुछ भी बनाते हैं, सो उनका क्या इन्फ्लुएंस हो रहा है सोसाइटी के ऊपर? एंड क्रिएटर्स लाइक टेक बर्नर, टेक्निकल गुरुजी एंड संदीप माहेश्वरी, इनका एक डिफरेंट इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है. बट जो दूसरे कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स हैं वो क्या गलत इन्फ्लुएंस कर रहे हैं? तो आप किस तरीके से देखते हो इस सिचुएशन को, रोल ऑफ कंटेंट क्रिएटर इन सोसाइटी?
Basically, now content creation has extended to every other field. It is not restricted only to entertainment. Now you have videographers, you have naturalists, you have doctors, you have CAs, you have lawyers who are giving away information that they feel that a common man should know, right? So now being a CA, I do not need to share insights about my work, but then it is really necessary for a person to know about the deadlines, tax returns, how they are filed, how companies are working and how they are manipulating or whatever, as an investor or a stakeholder of a company. So it is important for me to know about certain issues. So if they have an Instagram account, definitely I am going to DM them for certain topics ki I would like to know about this, or I would like information about this. Then you have lawyers who actually are trying to educate you that itna to aapko pata hona hi chahiye. They are trying to educate you about your own rights. Yes or no? These content creators are actually educating people through this platform, and which is an important thing, right? So basically, so by doing this, by a reel of 45 seconds or a minute or a online video streaming, online streaming, right? So through this, if they are creating an awareness, this definitely is defining their role for the society. This is what they owe to the society. Yes or no? So giving away to the society where you are earning from, so that is the role of the creator.
लाइक एक बार हम सेशन ले रहे थे क्लास के अंदर, सो वन ऑफ माई फ्रेंड सेट क्रिंज कंटेंट जो है वो
Cringe.
हाँ
Okay.
तो वो गलत तरीके से इन्फ्लुएंस कर रहा है. सो व्हाट यू थिंक अबाउट इट? क्या लाइक नॉट क्रिंज ओनली बट स्टिल कुछ
I'll need a clarification here. By cringe, what are you pointing particularly at?
मीन्स लाइक कोई कुछ भी बना रहा है, मीन्स कोई कपड़े हवा में फेंक रहा है, कोई खुद के ऊपर पानी डाल रहा है, या फिर कुछ भी डाल रहा है खुद शरीर के ऊपर, बॉडी के
Exactly.
ऊपर. सो दिस इज बिट ऑफ क्रिंज. ओके,
Yeah.
सो ये
Report it. You have a button. You can report it. See, I have taught the concept from Covey's book, which is called control circles of control. I don't know if you have attended it or not. 3 concentric circles are there. सबसे बीच वाला जो है और सबसे छोटा वाला जो है, दैट इज़ कॉल्ड सर्कल ऑफ कंट्रोल. द आउटर सर्कल ऑफ कंट्रोल इज़ सर्कल ऑफ इन्फ्लुएंस, एंड उसके बाद आता है सर्कल ऑफ कंसर्न. सो ये जो क्रिंज कंटेंट है इट कम्स इन सर्कल ऑफ कंसर्न. You do not have control over it. It is streaming free of cost hai. Everybody can have their accounts, everybody can have their own content streaming. So basically there is no law to stop this. What least you can do is just report it. If you do not want to see such content, report it. As I said, every content has its own fan following, has its own audience, right? Even though it is cringe, people, most stressed out people will find it funny. They'll laugh at it. Yeah.
कंटेंट क्रिएशन, कंटेंट क्रिएटर इकोनॉमी क्या है एक्चुअल में, आपको क्या लगता है? एंड इवन दो मोनेटाइजेशन एक बहुत बड़ा इशू हो चुका है, मीन्स जो टॉप कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स है दे आर एबल टू मोनेटाइज, डायरेक्ट मोनेटाइजेशन, एंड एज वेल एज जो दूसरे सोर्सेस है लाइक सेलिंग कोर्सेज, ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स एंड मर्चेंट लॉन्च करना. बट जो छोटे कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स होते हैं ना, वो फेल हो जाते हैं ये सब करने में, इवन दो लाइक वी आर जस्ट स्टार्टेड. सो इवन यहाँ से
इसको स्केल कैसे करना
हाँ, स्केल कैसे करें वो भी एक प्रॉब्लम आ जाती है. तो आप इसको एक्सप्लेन करें कि कंटेंट हम बना रहे हैं तो वो कंटेंट से हम मोनेटाइजेशन की तरफ कैसे जा सकते हैं?
See, creators economy is gauged or scaled on the number of followers that you have, the number of likes and the number of views that you are getting. Okay, so there is a trail to this economy basically. So whenever you create a content, see to it that it is enriching, it has an enriching experience, something to take away. Only then people will be wanting to follow you, right? Then see to it that how your idea can become commercially viable. You need to find out what your expertise are in and what your niche area, how you can create your own niche area and try to make money out of it. And you should be ready to take calculative risk. As you guys have invested in all this setup, you have taken up your own risk, right? And now you have your target that this many views or this many followers or this many subscriptions should go, right? So this is one thing. Then fourth thing is collaborations. Look out for the brands who will be willing to collaborate with you, and you might get sponsorship through them. For example, these kind of videos will be streamed on your YouTube channel as well, which will be followed by youth, basically आपके friends, all your college friends. So एक department से दूसरे department, now you are a BBA student, so commerce के भी students होंगे who would be looking out for कि इन लोगों ने क्या किया है, let us see, have a look at this वगैरह. So if you in between try to get sponsors for your program, for example bookshop है कोई, right? So this is a monetization in a way. You are getting funding from these people, or you can give your subscribers that if you answer the questions that we will be asking towards the end of the interview, you will be getting a coupon code from this shop. You will benefit from this. They'll hit on the subscribe button. Yes or no? So these are small things that you can do to increase your followers, increase your views, and वो आपका ट्रेल बढ़ाने के लिए, फुटप्रिंट बढ़ाने के लिए. The collaborations एक तरीका है. Locally, going local always helps. Always helps. अपनी सराउंडिंग में क्या क्या है and what is of your use and how you can help these smaller communities through your channel. Think about it. That will create your own niche. And that is where your monetization will start.
Like many of influencer वो इसी ट्रैप में फंसे पड़े कि हमें कहीं बाहर से कोई आके दे दे, मीन्स लोकल में जाने से अच्छा कि कोई ईमेल कर देगा तो हम उसको रिप्लाई कर देंगे, ले लेंगे. लाइक ब्रांड एंडोर्समेंट जब हम कर रहे हैं, कोलैबोरेशंस कर रहे हैं, मैनी ऑफ टाइम क्या होता है, गलत ब्रांड के साथ हम कोलैब कर देते हैं. सो एट दैट टाइम एक ब्रांड के साथ मैं कोलैब कर रहा हूँ, तो मेरे इथिकल कोड्स क्या होने चाहिए, किस स्टैंडर्ड्स में कैसे?
It again depends on person to person or blogger to blogger, vlogger to vlogger. Okay, if I am a very principled vlogger, I would say जैसा आपने initially between the talk में बोला कि रमी ऐप है तो आप प्रमोट करेंगे क्या? I would never. But if money is my priority and I am getting good money out of it, definitely yes. Because disclaimers बोल रही हूँ ना मैं, स्टार्टिंग में एंड में दोनों टाइम मैं डिस्क्लेमर्स बोल रही हूँ दैट दिस गेम्स माइट बी एडिक्टिव, प्ले सेफ. मैंने दे दिए डिस्क्लेमर्स. माई एथिक्स, माई गिल्ट इज गॉन with those disclaimers. Now my priority is money, making money. I am on it. Right? And if my priority is value addition, I'll never do this kind of things. I'll not even endorse a cold drink company. Yes or no?
According to you, what will be the future of creator economy in society, in India especially, because of abhi
The way creators economy has boosted since COVID, I would say. मतलब कोविड से इतना ज़्यादा कंटेंट, रिच कंटेंट इज स्ट्रीमिंग ऑनलाइन एंड दैट टू फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट, दैट टीवी एंड मेन स्ट्रीम मीडिया हैज़ लॉस्ट इट्स इम्पोर्टेंस. सो फ्यूचर इज डेडली, इट इज़ एक्सप्लोडिंग. Anyone can make it work for them, only they need to find their own area of expertise and create a good content.
according to you, what why ethics should are important to the in content creation?
Ethics are important. See, as a content creator, I feel that not biasing among the students, that should be my first ethic, right? Not making not differentiating between the students. Whatever you mean to me, she means of same importance, he means of same importance to me. I am not differentiating. I am putting everybody on the same platform, right? If I start giving favors, people will start falling out. People will start losing trust in me. Yes or no? So ethics are very important when you work. Now ethics could be your policy of honesty. Ethics could be that you taking your work very seriously. You being punctual can be your ethics also, right? Then your communication and your bond, how pure you are keeping it with your students, can be of utmost importance. Yes or no? Otherwise, I am just window dressing everything and presenting myself every day. You know na, dusting under the carpet जो बोलते हैं, hiding whatever flaws that I have, and teaching the same thing that you should actually brush your weaknesses under the carpet and always show the positive side of yourself, right? So this is actually cheating yourself. It is trying to be someone who you are not, and this doesn't go for the longer run. So having ethics adds value and principles to your work profession, whatever it is. Yes, relatable नहीं बनेगा. Sooner or later it will lose importance. It will not matter to you.
Right now everyone have right to freedom of speech, okay?
Yeah, right.
And content creation, जब ये social media platforms जब से आए तब से तो anyone speaking
Everybody is bursting with it now.
and किसी को क्रिटिसाइज करना भी अब कर रहे हैं.
हाँ.
मीन्स अगर मेरे को फॉर एग्जांपल एक्स पर्सन के ऊपर कुछ बनाना है, तो मैं कुछ भी बना रहा हूँ, मेरे पास मैं उसके पर्सनल लाइफ तक भी जा रहा हूँ. ऐसा हो रहा है.
That is where you need to understand na, where your line of freedom ends. Your freedom ends where other person starts. You cannot just badmouth anyone on social media or these kind of platforms. You will be sued for that. Defamation के केस में अंदर चले जाओगे. And IPC इंडियन पीनल कोड के अंडर डिफेमेशन एक्ट आता है, जिसके सेक्शन आई थिंक 499 एंड के अंडर डिफाइन किया गया है दैट व्हाट इज़ डिफेमेशन. एंड 500 के अंडर सेक्शन 500 इट सेज द पनिशमेंट्स. I'm not sure. I am just giving the number, but then you can recheck, reassure the under section 499 and 500 of IPC. So basically, you cannot do it to anybody. Otherwise, it becomes a criminal offense. Right, if you are calling names, on platform like this, obviously the person is going to sue you. They have their own rights also, and it is a democracy.
So before we end, we have our friends. They would like to ask you some questions.
Okay.
I would like to ask you a question, ma'am. How do you decide which sources are credible?
Credible? Yes, of course. I would definitely rely on good magazines that have a good reputation. Um, I do believe in hard paper rather than going for the online blogs. Before that, I would definitely prefer magazines, newspapers, articles, and then you have websites that are गवर्नमेंट बेस्ड डेटा भी अवेलेबल होता है, सो गवर्नमेंट वेबसाइट्स और कंपनी वेबसाइट्स, बट नॉट बाय द ब्लॉगर्स हु आर अनोनिमस. Anonymous blogging के ऊपर I never trust on information that comes to me from WhatsApp or Facebook or even Instagram.
And ma'am, another question is which kind of content do you prefer to watch in everyday's life?
Everyday life, I like to watch a lot of crime series. Crime series, I barely get any time, but then yes, of course, I take out 20-25 minutes to watch an episode at least. Then I do follow some good speakers, political as well as corporate. Then you have good reads also, so self-help books for my content creation. So a lot of things, extensive reading. I am a reader, so
So, how do you deal with criticism and hate speech?
actually it happens a lot, but then I tend to ignore it. Yes, I do get disturbed. I am a human. Normally, criticism takes you down. It attacks you basically. So definitely, it hurts me when people criticize me, but it hurts more when it is not true.
Yeah.
When it is not true, and I tend to ignore it. I do nothing about it. I absolutely do nothing about it because I hate confrontations, because there's no point in doing that. The person talking or bad mouthing you already believes it and somewhere wanted to do that against you, so he is doing it or she is doing it. So there's no point in giving explanation, I feel. So I just simply ignore it. Okay, fine, go with your belief. But if it affects my loved ones, yes, definitely I'll give an explanation about it or talk about the topic.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for being here and collaborating with us. I hope every one of you have learned a lot of things through this video, as we have discussed about content creator economy, content creation, ethics, and all the stuff. What you have learned through this podcast, comment करके बताओ, and see you in the next podcast. Thank you for watching.